pointed to her ass. He died inside that day. He knew what she would say. Rev wipe Shanny's ass. Tell me what you think about that. He has to spread her cheeks and wipe her leaks and give Shanny a bath. Rev wipe Shanny's ass. Tell me what you think about that. Sitting on a commode and Rev does what he's told. Then he's sneaking drinks in the back. Decided it's time to fake a breakup. Then a few months later, pretend to make up. They thought they just could pretend, then get back together again. While Rev's recording in the kitchen, you can hear Shanny's fat mouth in the back room bitching. Now everybody knows, and so the story goes. Rev wipe Shanny's ass. Tell me what you think about that. He has to spread her cheeks and wipe her leaks, then give Shanny a bath. Rev wipe Shanny's ass. Tell me what you think about that. Sitting on a commode and Rev does what he's told. Then he's sneaking drinks in the back. Will Rev ever get to eat? Will it be another week? Will Rev ever get to eat? Will it be another week? Will Rev ever get to eat? Will it be another week? Will Rev ever get to eat? Will it be another week? Rev wipe Shanny's ass. Tell me what you think about that. He has to spread her cheeks and wipe her leaks, then give Shanny a bath. Rev wipe Shanny's ass. Tell me what you think about that. Sitting on a commode and Rev does what he's told. Then he's sneaking drinks in the back.
Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around. TV Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around. TV Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around. TV Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around. TV Underground has the best video clips in town. TV Underground has the best video clips around.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. What's up? Please like the stream. Gonna watch some videos, do a couple hours of streaming, and then later tonight I'm streaming again with Jeff Holiday. So you'll want to catch that as well. So just remind yourself. Set like an alarm on your phone or whatever. Tie a string around your finger. That's like an old school way of reminding yourself, but sometimes you'd forget what the string around your finger was for. Smoke 'em if you got 'em. Drink 'em if you got 'em. Snort 'em if you got 'em. You know. Do it if you got 'em. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. I've been watching the XRP meteoric rise over the past few days. Actually, the whole last month. This is something to behold, to be honest with you. So, like, this is the last month of the cryptocurrency XRP. And, you know, like, all the way back here. At the beginning of the month, it was worth, like $1. And like, further back than that, it was worth, like, 50 cents. But now it topped out at like $3.40 early this morning, and right now it's holding at $3.36. Whew. That is just, I know a lot of you don't give a shit about crypto, but man, this is just pretty big. Pretty big news if you happen to have some XRP. They're saying strong buy. Strong buy. I think I might have a little bit of Solana that I got for free, because a lot of the crypto exchanges, they'll do like these training videos, and if you watch them, they'll give you a little, like a very little bit of some free crypto that you just learned about. And I have a few of those, and some of them have gone way up in value because I did the training shit a year ago, or like years ago, 5 years ago. So there's a few different exchanges that do that. Coinbase is one of them. It's like, whatever, you take a couple minutes and they give you like a free crypto. Whatever, it's free. It's worth something. Even if it's worth, you know, pennies, it's pennies you didn't have before. And in like 10 years, you could forget that it's there and it could just go up in price. So why not? Huh. Yeah, I have not sold XRP. I have some XRP. I don't want to say how many, but I bought into it in like 2018. So I've been holding on to this for a while, and I'm just watching, you know. Just watching to see what it does. At like 4 a.m. my time this morning, I looked at it and I was like, wow, it's going up even more. There's like a little dip right here. This is the last 24 hours here. So just look at the last 24 hours, how much it's gained in value. It went from 265-ish, 267 to right now it's at 335. It's gone up quite a bit. Yeah, you can take the test blind and still pass the tests on those like training videos where they give you the free crypto. Why the hell not? Why the hell not? That's what I say. All right, let's check out DP Action News.
He called me sir. It got me so fuming angry.
You dumbass!
People are discriminating against wolves. Wow.
They're laughing at us, at our stupidity.
And you better well learn to love it.
Okay. So here's Biden's farewell address to the nation. We're going to go through it and react to it. Let me know what you think about it. Here it is. Why is it silent? Well, this is weird. Why is there no audio? Does this work?
Senator.
Yeah. Huh. Well, for some reason, this video has no audio, which is very strange. Let me see. I should have it in just a moment here. I don't know why it had to take the audio out of it. That's so weird. All right, here we go. I was like, is it my player that's not working or what is it? But it's definitely that video. How about this one?
I'm speaking
Whoa!
to you tonight from the Oval Office. Before I begin, let me speak to important news from earlier today. After 8 months of nonstop negotiation, by my administration, a ceasefire and a hostage deal has been reached by Israel and Hamas.
I like how Biden got this in before he left. That if it goes according to plan, that's a major win of him kind of starting to cool things down in the Middle East as much as possible.
The elements of which I laid out in great detail in May of this year. This plan was developed and negotiated by my team and will be largely implemented by the incoming administration. That's why I told my team to keep the incoming administration fully informed.
He says a lot of words very weird, very slurry. Like, I would talk like this if I was wasted.
Because that's how it should be, working together as Americans. This will be my final address to you from the American people from the Oval Office, from this desk as president. And I've been thinking a lot about who we are and maybe more importantly, who we should be. Long ago in New York Harbor, an iron worker installed beam after beam, day after day. He was joined by steel workers, stonemasons, engineers. They built not just a single structure, but a beacon of freedom. The very idea of America was so big, we felt the entire world needed to see. The Statue of Liberty, a gift from France after our Civil War. Like the very idea of America, it was built not by one person, but by many people from every background and from around the world.
So he's telling the story of the Statue of Liberty. Let's see where he goes with this.
Like America, the Statue of Liberty is not standing still. Her foot literally steps forward atop a broken chain of human bondage. She's on the march, and she literally moves. She was built to sway back and forth to withstand the fury of stormy weather.
Yeah, they do that with a lot of tall structures, because if you don't do that, there is a chance of them, like, falling over.
To stand the test of time because storms are always coming. She sways a few inches, but she never falls into the current below.
Right, she sways so she doesn't fall, because her, like, catching the wind and not showing a little bit of resistance, it could cause it to fall.
An engineering marvel. The Statue of Liberty is also an enduring symbol of the soul.
I've seen the real Statue of Liberty, and I've seen two replicas of the Statue of Liberty. There's one in Paris near the river, not too far from Notre Dame, where there's a mini Statue of Liberty there. And then at Alki Beach in Seattle, there's an even smaller Statue of Liberty. No, it's not a full-size replica. I don't know if that exists. And I guess there's one in Las Vegas too, but it doesn't look... It's changed a little bit because it's part of New York Hotel. But the one in Paris is like... I think they made that one the same time as the one in New York.
Soul of our nation. A soul shaped by forces that bring us together and by forces that pull us apart. And yet through good times and tough times, we've withstood it all. A nation of pioneers and explorers, of dreamers.
Yeah, here's the one in Paris right here. See? It's within view of the Eiffel Tower. And it's on a little area like near a river.
And doers of ancestors native to this land, of ancestors who came by force, a nation of immigrants who came to build a better life, a nation holding the torch of the most powerful idea ever in the history of the world, that all of us are created equal, that all of us deserve to be treated with dignity.
Yeah, the people who a lot of the people who were part of the all people are created equal. When they said that, well, they said all men are created equal, and they literally meant men. And then they didn't. A lot of them didn't consider like black people to be people. Like black people had to like work to be considered people in America. It took a while. They were considered like 3/5 of a person at one point, right? The 3/5 compromise.
Justice and fairness. That democracy must defend and be defined and be imposed, moved in every way possible. Our rights, our freedoms, our dreams. But we know the idea of America, our institution, our people, our values that uphold it are constantly being tested. Ongoing debates about power and the exercise of power, but whether we lead by the example of our power or the power of our example.
Oh my God.
Whether we show the courage to stand up to the abuse of power.
Oh, by the way, just in case you were, here's the Seattle Statue of Liberty right here. You can see the Space Needle in the background. I guess they like to put the Statue of Liberty near water, like facing the water. That's a thing with these three anyway.
Or we yield to it. After 50 years at the center of all of this, I know that believing in the idea of America means respecting the institutions that govern a free society. The presidency, the Congress, the courts, a free and independent press. Institutions that are rooted, they just might not reflect the timeless words.
He does stumble a few times, but that's just the reality of Biden. Biden wasn't a terrible president, but his brain is melting. And there was a lot of like status quo kind of stuff and some bumbles along the way. But he was president during a very difficult time for the world. Pretty much his entire presidency. He came in during COVID, and there's all this financial shit going down. And then, all the civil unrest that happened, and the wars starting and all that shit. It's just so much.
They echo the words of the Declaration of Independence.
He probably would have been better at being president had he won like in the 2000s when he was running. His brain was a lot better working back then.
We hold these truths to be self-evident. Rooted in the timeless words of the Constitution, we the people. Our system of separation of powers, checks and balances. It may not be perfect, but it's maintained our democracy for nearly 250 years, longer than any other nation in history that's ever tried such a bold experiment. In the past 4 years, our democracy has held strong. And every day I've kept my commitment to be president for all Americans through one of the toughest periods in our nation's history. I've had a great partner in Vice President Kamala Harris. It's been the honor of my life to see the resilience of essential workers getting us through
I'm glad he said resilience and not resiliency.
Century pandemic. The heroism of service members and first responders keeping us safe. The determination of advocates standing up for our rights and our freedoms instead of losing their jobs to an economic crisis that we inherited. Millions of Americans now have the dignity of work. Millions of entrepreneurs and companies creating new businesses.
He talks
and
like I do when I'm
hiring
wasted.
American workers, using American products. And together, we've launched a new era of American possibilities. One of the greatest modernizations of infrastructure in our entire history. From new roads, bridges, clean water, affordable high-speed internet for every American. We invented the semiconductor, smaller than the tip of my little finger, and now is bringing those chip factories and those jobs back to America where they belong, creating thousands of jobs. Finally, giving Medicare the power to negotiate lower prescription drug prices for millions of seniors. And finally, doing something to protect our children and our families by passing the most significant gun safety law in 30 years and bringing violent crime to a 50-year low, meeting our sacred obligation to over 1 million veterans so far who are exposed to toxic materials, and to their families, providing medical care and education benefits and more for their families. You know, it will take time to feel the full impact of all we've done together. But the seeds are planted, and they'll grow and they'll bloom for decades to come.
The seeds.
At home, we've created nearly 17 million new jobs, more than any other single administration, in a single term. More people have health care than ever before. And overseas, we've strengthened NATO. Ukraine is still free. And we've pulled ahead of our competition with China. And so much more.
I wonder what time this was done live, because I wonder if he gets like sundowners. You know, there's like this phenomenon when people have dementia where like after sundown, they get a lot more confused and weird about things. I always wonder about that.
I'm so proud of how much we've accomplished together for the American people. And I wish the incoming administration success, because I want America to succeed. That's why I've held my duty to ensure a peaceful and orderly transition of power, to ensure we lead by the power of our example. I have no doubt that America's in a position to continue to succeed. That's why my farewell address tonight, I want to warn the country of some things that give me great concern. This is a dangerous concentration, and that's a dangerous concentration.
All your money, it will come back to you tenfold. Hallelujah.
Yes!
Hashtag XRP.
XRP! Thank you for getting me to 10%. I appreciate it. Yeah, watching that XRP. Keeping that eye on the XRP. And I've been following it. I had the price chart up a second ago. There it is. 335. Let's are we going to get to $4 or more by the inauguration? Usually big events trigger this kind of stuff, and I'm hoping it will be in the positive direction. That'll be one silver lining to a fucking crazy person taking over my country. A whole bunch of crazy people. Like every piece of our federal government taken over by crazy, a cult. We shall see. And I call them a cult because they're afraid to like say anything that will piss Trump off. And they have to subscribe to a certain dogma to remain in Trump's good graces. And if you don't do that, it's political Minecrafting yourself. And we've seen it happen. We've seen people that used to be against Trump fall in line, and they're still around and they're still in power. And we've seen people who were on Trump's side of the aisle that spoke out against him, and they are now, their political careers are basically over. They had to join the other side against Trump to get their voices heard. So, nope, I don't buy this both sides thing. I am not a cult. I am not a cult member. If the president that I voted for does something stupid, I don't make excuses for it. The only thing I come back against is the totally like nonsensical shit. Like there's real substantive things you can attack Biden for, but the crazy like batshit conspiracy theory stuff is just ridiculous. It's like you have enough ammo within the bounds of reality. You don't need to go to, you know, NWO New World Order type Illuminati shit to find reasons to talk shit about Biden. So I don't buy the both sides thing. Both sides have things wrong with them, but one is clearly more of a cult, and like the establishment has been commandeered by the cult. Hey, people who need psychiatric help can still vote. And they're not all going to get it. And there are people that do need psychiatric help that that are part of this, but then there's also like the grifters who don't necessarily believe all the Trump shit, but they know they have to do it to like make a buck or stay in power. Like I don't believe Marjorie Taylor Greene necessarily believes a lot of the shit she says. She just knows who her audience is. And there's a lot of that. I think Tim Pool is like that too. Anyway, back to Biden.
Of power in the hands of a very few ultra-wealthy people. And the dangerous consequences if their abuse of power is left unchecked. Today, an oligarchy is taking shape in America of extreme wealth, power, and influence that literally threatens our entire democracy, our basic rights and freedoms, and a fair shot for everyone to get ahead. We see the consequences all across America. And we see...
I mean, just like Trump, you know, it doesn't matter if everybody likes him as long as there's enough people who do. It's the same thing with Tim Pool. Tim Pool's made millions of dollars, you know, doing his thing. But I don't think he necessarily actually believes a lot of the stuff he says. He just knows who his audience is.
Before, more than a century ago, but the American people stood up to the robber barons back then and busted.
Yeah, so Biden's talking about like, he's talking about like all the basically aristocratic members of our society that have all the wealth and they're controlling basically what's going on now in our government.
The trust.
I mean, Elon's one of them, the biggest one of them right now.
I bought part of my crypto portfolio and paid out my mortgage. Now I just need to pay the taxes. Ouch. Still keeping that XRP bag for now, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, fuck, dude. Paying off your mortgage, that's sweet. Congrats to you. I'm just keeping an eye on the price right now, and we'll see what it does. Every now and then I'll take a peek at it. 336 right now. When's the next big pump coming? Let's see.
Just made the wealthy play by the rules everybody else had to. Workers want rights to earn their fair share. You know, they were dealt into the deal, and it helped put us on a path to building the largest middle class, the most prosperous century any nation in the world has ever seen. And we've got to do that again. The last 4 years.
Oh, yeah, we got to get back to the 20th century.
Years, that's exactly what we've done.
I saw the tail end of the 20th century, you know? I was born in the late 1900s.
People should be able to make as much as they can, but play by the same rules. Pay their fair share of taxes. So much is at stake. Right now, the existential threat of climate change has never been clearer. Just look across the country, from California to North Carolina. That's why I signed the most significant climate and clean energy law ever in the history of the world, and the rest of the world is trying to model it now. It's working, creating jobs and industries of the future. Now, we've proven we don't have to choose between protecting the environment and growing the economy.
Now, finding a job a lot of times can be like regional. And if you're willing to like leave where you live and go elsewhere, there are greener. I'm not saying it's like way better, but like where I was living before I moved to Albuquerque, it was really hard to find a job as someone who didn't have I didn't have a college degree or anything like that. And I had a lot of work experience doing all this various different like entry level work. And then when I moved to Albuquerque, I was able to find a job like immediately and then just live there. And I had like a normal enough job with benefits and everything. Jobs suck, of course, having especially like an entry level job, like the job I had good benefits and at the time paid well for the area that it was in, but the job itself was terrible. That's why they paid well and reasonably well, and I got insurance right away and had a 401k and all that stuff. They do that to keep you there because it's a fucking terrible job.
Doing both.
But it was better than having no job before I moved out there. Like it was fucking awful.
Powerful.
Before that, having no health insurance and everything. Sometimes you just have to like look at a job market elsewhere and you can try to apply for a job somewhere else before you move, but a lot of places will like look at where you currently live and be like, well, they don't even live here. Why would I hire them? So sometimes you have to like roll the dice and move somewhere and then try to get a job. That's what I did. I was very fortunate. I don't want to say lucky because I did research, but
forces want to wield their unchecked influence to eliminate the steps we've taken to tackle the climate crisis, to serve their own interest for power and profit. We must not be bullied into sacrificing the future of our children and our grandchildren. We must keep pushing forward and push faster. There's no time to waste. It's also clear that American leadership in technology is an unparalleled source of innovation that can transform lives. We see the same dangers of the concentration of technology, power, and wealth. His farewell address, President Eisenhower spoke of the dangers of the military-industrial complex. He warned us then about, and I quote, the potential for the disastrous rise of misplaced power, end of quote. 6 decades later, I'm equally concerned about the potential rise.
He tried to say equally. He said like equally.
Of a tech industrial complex that could pose real dangers for our country as well. Americans are being buried under an avalanche of misinformation and disinformation, enabling the abuse of power. The free press is crumbling. Editors are disappearing. Social media is giving up on fact-checking.
That is a good point. Like, Trump is about to get into the White House, and Zuckerberg shows up like, hey, buddy, sorry we didn't get along for a little while there, but I'll tell you what I'll do for you. I'll just get rid of fact-checking on my website/app, which is still, it is outdated, and younger generations aren't really using it. It's still the most used social media platform. It's still the largest. So that's something to think about. It's mostly like adults using it, and like older people, but those are the people that have all the money and the people who like run a lot of things right now, like are in charge of a lot of shit. So it's still very influential, although not being widely used by the younger generations.
The truth is smothered by lies toll for power and for profit. We must hold the social platforms accountable to protect our children, our families, and our very democracy.
I mean, and I will say, Instagram is widely used, and that's owned by Facebook. So that's something.
From the abuse of power. Meanwhile, artificial intelligence is the most consequential technology of our time, perhaps of all time. Nothing offers more profound possibilities and risks for our economy and our security, our society, for humanity.
The humanity.
Intelligence even has the potential to help us answer my call to end cancer as we know it. But unless safeguards are in place, AI could spawn new threats to our rights, our way of life, to our privacy, how we work and how we protect our nation. We must make sure AI is safe and trustworthy and good for all humankind. In the age of AI, it's more important than ever that the people must.
How long before we have an AI president? I remember me and Paul Zigo argued about this. Because I thought, well, at the time, I thought it sounded ridiculous. Well, I knew AI could happen eventually. I just didn't think in my lifetime, like, we'd be getting AI growing as fast as it does. But he was like, we need an AI. He might have just been being edgy, but he was all like, we need an AI president. Or like an AI dictator, I guess. I don't know. Like, we should just have an AI run everything and not people. How long will it ever happen? Or do you, like, if it does, like, how long from now? You know, will humanity ever have an AI running everything?
And as the land of liberty, America, not China, must lead the world in the development of AI. You know, in the years ahead, it'll help to be, it's going to be up to the president. The presidency,
I don't think it already
Congress,
is.
The courts, the free press, and the American people to confront these powerful forces. We must reform the tax code, not by giving the biggest tax cuts to billionaires, but by making them begin to pay their fair share. We need to get dark money. That's that hidden funding behind.
Dark money? What does he mean?
Too many campaigns contributions. We need to get it out of our politics. We need to enact an 18-year time limit.
I agree with the get the money out of the politics. That's a huge thing. Possibly the next 60 to 100 years. Damn.
Term limit. Time and term for the strongest ethics and the strongest ethics reforms for our Supreme Court.
Ooh, so term limits for the Supreme Court. That would shake things up a lot. Instead of these lifetime appointments, I say do it for the Senate and the House too. Like, you can't serve like 30 years in the Senate anymore. I don't want that.
We need to ban members of Congress from trading stock while they're in the Congress. We need to amend the
I do kind of like that too. Like, why do you need, like, you're making decisions that actually influence trading. So why be able to do that? I mean, Martha Stewart got thrown in prison for insider trading. Why is that not happening to maybe it's happened a couple times, but it seems like by and large they get a lot of insider information and they've made trades that they didn't get in trouble for.
Constitution to make clear that no president is immune from crimes that he or she commits while in office.
Yes, I agree. That's being immune to crimes when you're in charge just kind of seems very corrupt to me. I don't know.
The president's power is not limited. It's not absolute, and it shouldn't be. And in a democracy, there's another danger to the concentration of power and wealth. It erodes a sense of unity and common purpose. It causes distrust and division. Participating in our democracy becomes exhausting and even disillusioning. And people don't feel like they have a fair shot.
Come on, man.
We have to stay engaged in the process. I know it's frustrating. A fair shot is what makes America America. Everyone's entitled to a fair shot. Not a guarantee, but just a fair shot. An even playing field. Going as far as your hard work and talent can take you. We can never lose that essential truth, remain who we are. I've always believed, and I've told other world leaders, America can be defined by one word: possibilities. Only in America do we believe anything is possible.
I don't think that's true. Only in America do we believe anything is possible.
Like a kid with a stutter from modest beginnings in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and Claymont, Delaware, sitting behind this desk in the Oval Office.
There's a lot of things that people believe out there that it's definitely not possible.
As President of the United States, that's the magic of America. It's all around us. Upstairs in the residence of the White House, I've walked by a painting of the Statue of Liberty I don't know how many times. In the painting, there are several workers climbing on the outstretched arm of the statue that holds the torch. It reminds me every day I pass it of the story and soul of our nation and the power of the American people.
American prayer people?
There's a story of a veteran. This is a veteran, the son of an immigrant, whose job was to climb that torch and polish the amber panes so rays of light could reach out as far as possible. He was known as the Keeper of the Flame.
The Keeper of the Flame. That is a cool title. The Keeper of the Flame. But his job was, he was basically a window washer for the torch of the Statue of Liberty.
He once said of the Statue
I'm guessing not afraid of heights at all.
of Liberty, quote, speaks a silent universal language, one of hope that anyone who seeks and speaks freedom can understand. Yes, we sway back and forth to withstand the fury of the storm, to stand the test of time. A constant struggle, struggle.
A constant struggle.
A short distance between peril and possibility. But what I believe is the America of our dreams is always closer than we think. And it's up to us to make our dreams come true. Let me close by stating my gratitude to so many people. To the members of my
Slip and Truggle
administration, as well as public service and first responders across the country and around the world. Thank you for stepping up to serve. To our service members and your families, it's been the highest honor of my life to lead you as Commander-in-Chief. And of course to Kamala and our incredible partner, historic Vice President. She and Doug have become like family, and to me, family's everything. My deepest appreciation to our amazing First Lady who's with me in the Oval today.
in the Oval.
For our entire family. You're the love of my life and the lives of my love. My eternal thanks to you, the American people. After 50 years of public service, I give you my word. I still believe in the idea for which this nation stands. A nation where the strengths of our institutions and the character of our people matter.
You know, I don't know how many of you know who Bob Uecker was, but he died today. He was awesome. He was the dad on Mr. Belvedere. He was the, like, sportscaster in the movie Major League. He was a baseball player, like a mediocre pro baseball player when he was younger. He did a lot of... Did David Lynch really die? I didn't see that. If that's true, I don't know if I'm being trolled or not. He did not die, right? Or, oh no. Yeah, he did. Wow. Wow. I had no idea. That's crazy. Yeah, looks like Google hasn't caught up with it yet because it's not. Wow, yeah. Yeah, that's, to me, that's bigger than Bob Uecker, but I did enjoy Bob Uecker, but wow, yeah. Crazy shit.
Must endure. Now it's your turn to stand guard. May you all be the keeper of the flame. May you keep the faith. I love America. You love it too. God bless you all. And may God protect our troops. Thank you for this great honor.
Our troops. Our protect our troops. So yeah, Biden's almost out. We got 4 days. On Monday morning, we're gonna Trump's getting into office. So be ready. Get ready for it. Buckle up. Keep your limbs inside at all times. The Kid Rock concert. Yeah, Kid Rock at a presidential inauguration is kind of an abomination. I was never really a fan of Kid Rock. I remember I saw him at the Warped Tour before I knew who he was. It was the Warped Tour in Detroit. It must have been 1995 or no, yeah, 95, 96, one of those years. And he got booed in his own like home city because the Warped Tour was like mostly punk bands at the time. So Kid Rock coming out and playing just made everybody mad. Yeah. Everyone was chanting, "Fuck Kid Rock! Fuck Kid Rock!" I'm not making this up. Yeah, I was not a fan. Everybody, please like the stream. Like the stream right now. But you know what? I saw Eminem at the Warped Tour and nobody booed him there. So that goes to show you. So it wasn't the fact that his music wasn't punk necessarily, because I also saw the Deftones at the Warped Tour and people like them. I saw Ice-T and Body Count one year. I even saw the Black Eyed Peas at Warped Tour. Goodbye, Biden. Goodbye, Biden. Goodbye, Biden. Yeah, the David Lynch thing has me fucked up. I'm like, I didn't even know about that. Wow. David Lynch. Wonder what happened to him. Did he just like have a heart attack or something? I've seen the Dillinger Escape Plan play so many times. I've seen them play at small venues, like really small nightclubs before. I like Blue Velvet and Lost Highway. I like Lost Highway too. I like Twin Peaks, which isn't a film. Well, I mean, there was Fire Walk with Me, but and I do like the David Lynch Dune, which a lot of people shit on, but I do like it. Yeah. That is crazy. Yeah, that's insane. Oh, wow. All right. Please like the stream. And if you would be so kind as to throw me a few bucks here and there, that would be great. Doing early morning streams on top of my nighttime streams to try to boost, revenue, for lack of a better term. If you know what I'm saying, bro. I'm wondering, should I like to cover JF when Jeff Holiday's on, and he's on tonight. So maybe I need to go look at what JF's been up to lately and check out his, like what he's been saying. You know, he's on the lam. JF's running from SWAT teams. That's what he said. Dudley Do-Right is on his trail. He moved to Alberta. ZJF. Okay, let's watch the Pam Bondi stuff.
Senator.
Senator Whitehouse. Thank you, Chairman. Welcome, Ms. Bondi.
Thank you, Senator, and thank you for meeting with me. I greatly appreciate that.
It was a pleasure. Ms. Bondi, you were a courtroom prosecutor for a great many years. As a courtroom prosecutor, did you ever have an enemies list?
No, Senator.
An enemies list.
And
That's
you went on to be Florida's Attorney General. As Florida's Attorney General, did you ever have an enemies list?
No, Senator.
As Florida's Attorney General, you were responsible for hiring into the Florida Department of Attorney General, correct?
Senator, the Attorney General's office in Florida is the third largest in the state, approximately 1,400 employees and approximately 400 lawyers. Only California and Texas are our bigger offices.
And you were responsible
yes.
for hiring into that office while you were Attorney General?
Yes.
Would you
Senator.
have hired someone into the Florida Attorney General's office who you knew had an enemies list?
An enemies list.
Senator, to cut to the chase, you're clearly talking about Kash Patel. I don't believe he has an enemies list. He made a quote on TV, which I have not heard.
Well, if you haven't heard it, why are you commenting on it?
I saw your sign, or Senator Durbin's sign, about Kash. But I know that Kash Patel has had 60 jury trials as a public defender, as a prosecutor. He has great experience in the Intel Department, Department of Defense. I have known Kash, and I believe that Kash is the right person at this time for this job. You'll have the ability to question Mr. Patel.
And I'm questioning you right now
do.
about whether you will enforce an enemies list that he announced publicly on television.
Oh, Senator, I'm sorry. There will never be an enemies list within the Department of Justice.
Thank you. The FBI's, what is the FBI's role in national security and counterterrorism, and how important is that role?
You know, Senator, I believe now more than ever, counterterrorism is so important and vital in our country. We are facing such incredible threats here and abroad. If I'm sure many of you saw former FBI Director Wray's interview on 60 Minutes, he talked about the threats that, frankly, again, I don't have my security clearance, but the threats facing us, Senator, from China.
I did see Kash Patel's like MAGA children's book. That was very weird.
Right now that are so great.
Given
the
that,
sleeper cells within our country.
Given that importance, is it responsible to call for shutting down the FBI's counterterrorism and national security work? And will you, as Attorney General, impede or shut down the FBI's counterterrorism and national security work?
Senator,
2 questions.
Senator, I believe that national security is vital right now for our country on so many fronts. I could continue to discuss many others.
And the FBI's role in that?
And the FBI plays a vital role in counterterrorism
which you
throughout
will
our
or will
world.
not shut down.
I will look at each agency. I have no intention of shutting anything down right now, Senator. I am not in that office yet, and if confirmed, I will look at each individual agency and how it should be managed. But
heel turn, right wing, MAGA, Christian
MAGA,
quick cash grab.
Hell yeah! I'm gonna start selling emergency food buckets and talking about the Civil War. You guys gotta buy them or you'll die. Buy my emergency food buckets. They last 50 years.
Terrorism right now in our world is vital.
You have said that Department of Justice prosecutors will be prosecuted in the Trump administration. What Department of Justice prosecutors will be prosecuted and why?
I said that on
You guys
TV.
you guys are giving me my talking points now.
Said prosecutors will be prosecuted to finish the quote, if bad. Investigators will be investigated. You know, we all take an oath, Senator, to uphold the law. None of us are above the law.
Not none of us. Not none of
Give you
us.
a really good example of a bad lawyer within the Justice Department, a guy named Kleinsmith, who altered a FISA warrant, one of the most important things we can do in this country. So will everyone be held to an equal...
You can use the poop buckets as table legs. Huh.
Equal, fair system of justice if I am the next Attorney General? Absolutely. And no one...
Jared was talking recently about how bloated I look. The guy who looks like he swallowed a bowling ball or like a beach ball even. That's funny.
Is above the law.
Under what circumstances will you prosecute journalists for what they write?
I believe in the freedom of speech. Only if anyone commits a crime. It's pretty basic, Senator, with anything, with any victim. And this goes back to my entire career for 18 years as a prosecutor and then 8 years as Florida's Attorney General. You find the facts of the case, you apply the law in good faith, and you treat everyone fairly.
And it would not be appropriate for a prosecutor to start with a name.
She does have odd cadence, yes.
And look for a crime.
She kind of sounds, her cadence almost sounds like Derek Savage's cadence. You know what I mean?
Your job to start with a crime and look for a name, correct?
Senator, I think that is the whole problem with the weaponization that we have seen the last 4 years and what's been happening to Donald Trump. They targeted Donald Trump. They went after him, actually starting back in 2016. They targeted his campaign. They have launched countless investigations against him. That will not be the case if I am Attorney General. I will not politicize that office. I will not target people simply because of their political affiliation. Justice will be administered even-handedly throughout this country. Senator, we've got to bring this country back together. We've got to move forward, or we're going to lose our country.
Or we're going to lose our country. They act like, she's acting like Trump isn't part of the reason for the divisiveness. Like Trump is just trying to bring everyone together and everyone just won't follow him.
Yeah, I think the concern is that weaponization of the Justice Department may well occur under your tenure. And we want to make sure that that's not the case, that you remain independent, that you remain able to and willing to tell the president no when that's necessary to protect the Constitution and the integrity of the department. So that's where I'm asking these questions. We talked in the meeting about the contacts policy that has prevailed really since Senator Hatch sat in that chair and demanded it of the Clinton Justice Department through all the administration since then, with the exception of a brief period under Attorney General Gonzalez, which he corrected and which did not end well for him. There has been a contacts policy that limits contacts between the White House and the Department of Justice to a very few senior officials on each side. In your role as Attorney General, if you are confirmed, will you maintain, defend, and enforce that longstanding contacts policy?
Senator, yes, I will meet with White House counsel and I will meet with the appropriate officials and follow the contacts policy.
My time has expired. Thank you, Ms. Bondi.
Senator Cornyn.
All right, quick bathroom break, and then we'll watch a little more of this because I saw it got kind of contentious with other senators that questioned Pam Bondi. I'll be right back in just a moment here, and we will watch a little more of that. See you in a second. We're back. All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As part of my responsibility to ensure the fitness of all nominees, I ask the following two initial questions. First, since you became a legal adult, have you ever made unwanted requests for sexual favors or committed any verbal or physical harassment or assault of a sexual nature?
I was wondering about these questions because I saw this clip before. Is she referencing Matt Gaetz or Trump or something? I kind of thought, this was a weird question.
No, Senator.
Have you ever faced discipline or entered into a settlement relating to this kind of conduct?
No, Senator.
Ms. Bondi, I am focused on two things in my evaluation of President-elect Trump's nominees. The first is whether the nominee is qualified and experienced enough to do the job. The second is a fitness to serve, which includes putting loyalty to the Constitution over loyalty to the president. Unfortunately, in my view, many of President-elect Trump's nominees are lacking in at least one of these two requirements. Ms. Bondi, your experience as a prosecutor is the kind of thing we would expect to see in a nominee for Attorney General, but I do have questions and concerns about potential conflicts of interest, about whether you will keep DOJ's law enforcement responsibilities independent of the president's political whims, and about whether you will let facts and evidence guide your decisions. So let's start with the importance of facts, which you say is important. Ms. Bondi, we want an Attorney General who bases decisions on facts. So I want to ask you a fact.
Biden. Hopefully they have plenty of chocolate chip ice cream at the nursing home.
Chocolate chip, yeah, it has to be chocolate chip. He doesn't even like other types of ice cream. He only likes chocolate chip. He's stuck in his ways. You know? I like a variety sometimes. I get moods for different ice creams. I love chocolate chip. Don't give me that cherry ice cream. Give me some fucking chocolate chip.
Actual question. Who won the 2020 presidential election?
Oh God, she will not answer this. This is a symptom of it being a cult.
Joe Biden is the president of the United States.
Okay, so she's like, who won the 2020 election? And she didn't say Joe Biden. She said Joe Biden is the president of the United States. She will not say it because that will piss Trump off. And you cannot piss Trump off.
Ms. Bondi, you know that there is a difference between acknowledging it and, I can say that Donald Trump won the 2024 election. I may not like it, but I can say it. You cannot say who won the 2020 presidential election.
That is true. That is an accurate observation.
It's disturbing that you can't give voice to that fact. Moving on to DOJ's independence from politics. Ms. Bondi, if you are confirmed as Attorney General, you will take an oath to the Constitution and not to any individual, including the President. To start, I'd like to know whether you agree with some of the statements President-elect Trump made during the election, during the campaign. First, are the felons convicted of breaking into the Capitol on January 6th hostages or patriots? I'm quoting Trump, as President-elect Trump has said repeatedly. Do you agree with his characterization of the felons that I referred to?
I am not familiar with that statement, Senator.
I just familiarized you with that statement. Do you agree with that statement?
I'm not familiar with it, Senator.
I'm not familiar with it. Stop asking me because I don't want to answer it.
He has also said illegal immigration is poisoning the blood of our nation. He said that in December 2023. Do you agree with that statement?
Senator, I am not familiar with that statement.
Okay. Yeah, you're not familiar with it, but you were just told about it. So what do you think about it?
But what I can tell you is I went to the border a few months ago.
What does that have to do with the question?
I went to Yuma, Arizona, and what I saw at that border was horrific, Senator. It was horrific.
Ms. Bondi,
I went to a rape crisis center.
That is not my question.
I went to a rape crisis center. I'm not familiar with the statement, but I went to a rape crisis center. I met with Border Patrol agents. I'm sure you've been to the border as well. So
I want to get to my next question. So I believe that you responded to a question from Senator Whitehouse, and let me get your response again. You said that the White House, if I'm putting words in your mouth, correct me. You said that the White House will play no role in investigative or charging decisions in the DOJ. Is that correct?
Senator, what I said is that it is the Department of Justice's decision to determine what cases will be prosecuted.
What role will the White House have in investigative or prosecutorial decisions of the DOJ?
It is the Department of Justice's decision, Senator.
So that sounds to me that you're saying that the White House will not have any kind of role. Meanwhile, though, you have an incoming president who said, I have the absolute right to do what I want to do with the Justice Department. And in fact, President-elect Trump considers the DOJ to be his law firm. I ask you this. If President-elect Trump suggests, or hints that you as Attorney General should investigate one of his proceedings, would you do so?
Whoa, that was weird.
Had you met with
what the hell happened?
Now,
and who refused or discussed is that the Attorney General
I'm very happy to listen to your responses under oath, Ms. Bondi. So I think it's really important to us that the Attorney General be independent. of the White House, and you have a president-elect who considers the AG's office his law firm, I would like to know whether if the president suggests, hints, asks that you as Attorney General should investigate one of his perceived enemies?
Senator, I certainly have not heard the president say that. But what I will tell you is 2/3 of Americans have lost faith in the Department of Justice. And it's statements like that, I believe,
Ms.
that make
Bondi.
people continue to lose faith. If I am confirmed as Attorney General, it will be my job
Getting
to
on
not
to my
only
next
keep
question,
America
you're not
safe,
responding.
but restore integrity to that department.
Why don't we
and that's
move
what
on
I
to
plan
something
on
that
doing
you said.
every single day as Attorney General.
On August 25th, 2025, on Fox News, you said, when Republicans...
God, the PBS, man. They need more funding, not less.
prosecutors will be prosecuted. Once the investigators will be investigated. Ms. Bondi, is Jack Smith one of those bad prosecutors that you will prosecute as AG?
Senator, you hesitated a bit when I said the bad ones. Every decision
Sometimes
will be
badness
made
in the
the
eyes of the beholder. I'm just asking whether you would consider Jack Smith,
Senator,
to be one of the people. How about Liz Cheney?
Senator,
How about Merrick Garland?
I am not going to medicals. No one has been prejudged, nor will
I
anyone
am
be
asking whether
prejudged if I am
these
confirmed.
are the kind of people, these are in fact the people that you would prosecute. I'm not giving an
Your
answer.
time is
She
up.
didn't answer any of it.
Would you like to?
My time is,
Would you like to respond?
Mr. Chairman, she is clearly not going to answer that question, so let me get on to,
Would you like to?
I do have
I'd love to
questions
respond.
for the second round.
You'll have a second round. Would you like to speak before I call on
Somebody has
Senator
laryngitis.
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, so there's that video. Let's do a little more.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Before I begin, I just want to remind us all for the record that the 34 convictions, not indictments, convictions of former President, incoming President Trump were by a jury of his peers. Thank you, Ms. Bondi, for being here today, and I too would like to welcome your family and friends who are here.
Thank you.
Appreciated the opportunity to meet yesterday to learn about your priorities and discuss a number of issues that are important to me. But I got to tell you, as I reflected on our conversation yesterday and as I've observed...
I'm not
the
familiar
hearing
with this senator. They should put Mr. Welch. Which state is he from?
Today, I continue to have significant reservations on your ability to function as a truly independent Attorney General for...
I heard that Ramaswamy wants to take J.D. Vance's Senate seat in Ohio because he can't be senator and vice president at the same time. And I'm just like, oh, my God. That's very bad.
Your friend. Let's say you keep referring to him. Your friend, President-elect Trump. So I hope you can address some of these concerns through your responses to my questions here. Now, the first issue area is something that we didn't get a chance to touch on yesterday. So I actually want to follow up on some of Senator Durbin's questions from earlier about the 2020 election. And to be specific,
Ohio versus Notre Dame. Yeah, I feel confident, but I don't like to declare victory until after it's over. But I feel confident because they already played Notre Dame and beat them that they have a good chance. But I don't know what'll happen. Anything can happen. We'll see.
On the day after the 2020 presidential general election, you traveled to Philadelphia to appear alongside President Trump's then attorney, Rudy Giuliani. And together, you falsely asserted that President Trump had, quote, won Pennsylvania in that election. Now, I want to be clear. At that moment, there were still at least 1 million ballots left to be counted in Pennsylvania. Of course, President Biden went on to win the state by more than 80,000 votes. But in the following days, even after the results were clear, you continued to double down on the big lie, promoting falsehoods about election fraud and cheating without offering any actual evidence. And I remember it clearly because I served as California Secretary of State at the time, and I invited.
So he's from California, Mr. Welch,
associated with the Trump
from
campaign,
California,
who was making these claims to come forward with evidence of irregularities in the election or massive voter fraud. 4 years later, I still have seen none. So I ask you today, do you have any evidence of election fraud or irregularities in the 2020 election?
So, First Senator.
Yes or no? It's a yes or no question.
First Senator.
Do you have evidence, yes or no?
First Senator. I'm so sorry about the fire.
That isn't Welch. It's Alex Padilla. That's who it is. He's just sitting. He has a nameplate that says Mr. Welch in front of him. Just wanted to point that out.
To you and Senator Schiff and what you're going through in your states. I have to say that.
I appreciate that. My clock is ticking, and I want to hear
all of our
your answer.
hearts go out.
She's eating up the time. She's eating up the time talking about what's going on in California with the fires.
For what you're facing right now. I'm glad you asked the question about Pennsylvania.
It's a yes or no question.
I was
hoping. Do you have evidence, yes or no?
Senator?
Yeah, she's 60. She looks good for her age. I don't know if she's had work done, but she, like she has her hair dyed blonde. She's got some makeup on. Yeah.
I was hoping you'd ask the question.
Do you have evidence, yes or no?
I traveled to Pennsylvania.
Do you have the evidence, yes or no?
I traveled, Senator, to Pennsylvania.
Okay. You're not answering my question. If you have no evidence to offer, let me ask you this. Will you now retract your previous statements that Trump won Pennsylvania in the 2020 election, yes or no?
Oh, Senator, I traveled to Pennsylvania, and let me tell you what I saw firsthand.
Yes or no?
I didn't talk about California because I was not in California. I talked about...
Yes or no? Last time I'm going to ask.
I talked about Pennsylvania because I was there.
I'm going to move on because she's clearly not answering my questions. And I want to know, colleagues, for everybody, members of the committee and everybody watching, that the attorney who stood beside Mr. Giuliani was making very similar statements. And he has since been disbarred from multiple jurisdictions for making these false claims about the 2020 election in court. And like Mr. Giuliani, as you've noted today, you've taken an oath to uphold the Constitution just as an attorney. And now you're asking us to consider you to serve as the chief law enforcement officer in our country. So it's imperative, Ms. Bondi, that you subscribe to facts and evidence and not politically convenient conspiracy theories. Your job will be, your job will be to protect voters and election workers, not to undermine and dox them. Now, I know that earlier you agreed that Joe Biden is in fact president, but many of the president-elect's inner circle continue to spread the big lie about the 2020 election. Let me move on to a different topic.
Senator, you were speaking. May I speak? You cut me off when I was speaking.
When I ask you the next question, you can speak, and I hope you answer, Ms. Bondi.
Well, I'd like to answer the previous one, Senator.
When we met yesterday,
you pointed your finger at me and said you were speaking. You did not seem to be familiar. Let me answer my question. I'm not going to be bullied.
Wow, getting heated. He's just steamrolling her like, I don't care, bitch. I don't care. I'm going to keep saying my thing. I don't care.
Deeply disappointing.
I guess you didn't want to hear my answer about Pennsylvania.
After I gave an opportunity to study overnight. So can you tell me and this committee what the citizenship clause of the 14th Amendment says?
Senator, I'm here to answer your questions. I'm not here to do your homework and study for you. If I am confirmed as Attorney General...
You're the one asking for a confirmation vote,
you cut me off. Can I please finish?
What does the 14th Amendment say?
Senator, the 14th Amendment, we all know, addresses birthright citizenship. I've been a state prosecutor. I've been a state AG. I look forward to, even given your remarks today, working with you and the people of California if I am confirmed as the 87th Attorney General of the United States of America. I didn't take your homework assignment. I'm sorry. I was preparing for today.
So on the 14th Amendment, now you've testified repeatedly to this committee that you will uphold the laws of this country and defend the Constitution of the United States. Do you believe birthright citizenship is...
This is a valid question, given Trump said he is going to get rid of birthright citizenship.
...law of the land, and will you defend it regardless of a child born in the United States, regardless of their parents' immigration status?
Senator, I will study birthright citizenship. I would love to meet with you regarding
Ma'am, you're
birthright
asking us
citizenship.
to
Can I
continue
answer
to
the
serve as the
question?
Attorney General of the United States, and you still need to study the 14th Amendment of the Constitution? That is
Good
not
point.
helping me have more confidence in your ability to do this job. What other immigrant?
Yeah, she should probably know, the Constitution.
Related question. I'll steer clear of the
I
Constitution
have one
and the
regarding
law.
that I'd like to
Senator
talk about.
Hirona asked you earlier, but I don't think you answered her question. Can you please tell us, do you agree with the statement that immigrants are, quote, poisoning the blood of our country, yes or no?
I did not say that.
I did not say that you said that. I'm asking if you agree with it, yes or no.
I did not say that.
Do you agree with it, yes
Senator,
or no?
my great-grandparents are immigrants.
Do you agree with it,
They
yes or no?
came here from Sicily
Do you agree
through
with it,
Ellis
yes or
Island
no?
when they were teenagers.
Do you agree with it, yes or no?
Senator, let me answer the question.
Yes or no? It's
My
real simple.
great-grandparents came here, immigrated to this country from Sicily, recently went and found each of their birth certificates. We are a nation made up of immigrants. Do I believe immigrants are poisoning our country? No, Senator.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. I can't wait for the second round.
Same, Senator. Thank you. No, sir. Thank you.
He can't wait till the second round.
Senator Hirano.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As part of my responsibility to ensure the fitness of all nominees, I ask the following two initial questions. First, since you became a legal adult, have you ever made...
Oh, we already watched this one.
Breaking overnight.
Oh, shit. Okay, so that's all the Pam Bondi stuff. Now let's watch Tim Pool on Fox News. Maybe they'll give Tim Pool a show on Fox News.
Tim Pool, host of Timcast. Are you buying the Zuckerberg transition? I'm buying that he's a fair weather friend and that this is the path of least resistance. But hey, look, we're happy Trump won. So I'll take
happy
the
Trump
power
won
if he's shifting in this direction. But I think when you look
he
at
only wears designer beanies, all right? High class beanies and hoodies. I'm looking at his getup here. Huh.
Podcast, and he talks about, oh, they're yelling at us and they're forcing us to do these things. This only scratches the surface. Facebook built a portal for feds to log in to their company so they could flag misinformation. It has long been known, over a decade, that the federal government, the FBI, the CIA, I think the NSA, had backdoor access to Facebook as well as many other companies. So when Zuckerberg comes out and he's all, oh man, they were yelling at us and putting this pressure. We had no choice to do it. You're only saying that now because the news and the information got leaked over a long and hard-fought battle where activists, real journalists, were exposing them for having done this. Now they're giving us the light vanilla version of they were just having us censor this COVID stuff. No. Let me ask you a question, Mark Zuckerberg. Eric Charamella, do you remember that name? Yeah. Yeah, this is one of the guys involved in whistleblowing on Donald Trump for the false impeachment against him related to Ukraine. And there was a period where if you went on Facebook and typed that name in any context, they would delete it without notification, no warning, no rule violation. That is extreme censorship because covering up that name hid a news story of historical significance. We can talk about the laptop. That affected an election, massively important.
And then Joe ended up pardoning his son for the laptop that was real that you got censored for talking about.
Yep.
When Joe Biden says, I could have won, how do you react to that?
I don't agree that Joe Biden could have won.
What was he underwater, like 14 points in the internal polling?
They didn't show him that poll.
It's really remarkable and scary, though. If you're a Democrat, who do they have? They don't have anybody. They've been desperate to ice out anybody who could compete with their established order.
And they don't have Newsom.
Okay, I can't disagree with that. They did do that. They have like a weird order of secession that they don't want to break from, that they have to break from. They have to get new people.
Is Newsom salvageable at this point?
When that video came out?
Yeah, the whole fire thing, they're going to use that to bury Newsom. So they should probably be looking now. Who else?
And Newsom was asked by Anderson Cooper, where's the water? And he said they're figuring it out. That said right there, Newsom said, I am the governor and I have no idea what's going on in my state.
That picture of him with his hands in his back pockets staring at the fire, he's toast.
The fire stuff hits me really personally. I have a lot of friends deeply affected by it, and I don't want to sound crass. I see these natural disasters happen in the country, the hurricanes, and I feel for these people. And this may sound a little selfish, but when I have family and friends that are living in those hills, and I don't know if they're alive or dead, it hits me twice as hard. And I know it shouldn't, but it is personal. So I get really offended by the callousness and the
I don't think he's really offended. I think he plays his character well. I'm so offended by the callousness
coming from the government there.
Yeah, we need a federal takeover of California. They're just not equipped to handle this. And we got the Olympics right around the corner. And you know I'm a big Olympics guy, Tim. So we can't have this happening on my watch.
I hear you.
Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News.
We have the World Cup coming to North America soon. The fucking World Cup. The FIFA World Cup. That's all they talk about on the local news here. That the FIFA World Cup is happening. Because some of the games are going to be here. But I know they're doing them in Mexico and Canada also. So I think it's the first. Because normally the World Cup is like a host. They have one host country that has it. We just got a new governor here in Washington, and I don't know. I voted for him, but I guess I'll see what he does because I don't know much about him. I watched the debate that he was in, and he was running against a crazy like former sheriff or whatever that was like a big Trumper, like a big Trump cum guzzler. Yeah, I guess Washington is a mutual combat state, but I don't really know much about that because I don't go around trying to fight people. So. But yeah, I think I've heard about that before. Quick rundown of my Schedule 35 stuff that I got. They sent me a mug. It's a cool mug. Oh, yeah, they sent me these cards, too. They sent me these little packages of capsules. Schedule35.co. And then code peasants at checkout. PEASANTS. Check out some good stuff. Yeah, they sent me some like starter packs. Some chocolate bars. Look at these chocolate bars. A whole bar is 5 grams. And then I got some teas. Strawberry lemonade. I had the mango dragon fruit the other day. That's the weakest one. That was yesterday, actually. The other day. That was yesterday. Yeah, cause like the floral peaches one on the left, there's 5 tea bags. And they're 2 grams each. Check it out. Schedule35.co. The package it came in was really cool too, by the way. Like it had this kind of stuff written in it. The presentation is good. They wrote this like, they put my name on it. That's cool. Here's their like schedule. Lots of swag. Anyway. Yes. Yeah, my advice is stop relying on YouTube to remind you of when the shows are happening. You can, there's a calendar, but obviously these shows aren't on that calendar. So I would say follow social media, because I usually post it on social media, one of the social media sites. I do Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, usually, Discord. Yeah, well, YouTube is broken on purpose. They don't want you to get notifications from everyone in your subscription feed. So they will, make sure you have the bell on and have it set to like all. They added, it used to be one step, subscribe, but then they decided that was too easy. So then they did subscribe and then the bell. And then they did subscribe, the bell, and then they made you choose between like all or some. And even then, you might not get all the notifications, depending on various factors. YouTube is not reliable if you want notifications. Yeah, I mean, there's active YouTube suppression. That's why we use other methods of letting people know when we're live. I dug up some old Bob Uecker Miller Lite commercials, like this one.
It started out as a party, but turned into a case of the missing case. Groovy shindig. What's out the lights?
Oh, Mickey!
John Madden is in this too.
Okay, doll.
Oh, it's not. There's a case of Miller Lite missing.
Who took it? Somebody in this room. Rodney!
Hey, guys, take it easy, will you?
Why'd you do it?
Maybe Bob Uecker isn't in this
Rodney,
one.
cause light tastes great. Yeah! Cause light's less filling.
Yeah! I didn't do it. Well, I'm not even Rodney.
Oh, yeah. There it is. R.I.P. Bob.
I thought it was a costume party. Great mask, huh? But if he didn't do it, who did? They'll never figure out who took that case.
Oh, Mickey, you did!
Not exactly.
Hiya, doll.
Hiya, doll.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm glad we didn't go dancing.
I'm glad we didn't go dancing.
Mystery that there's only one light beer, Miller Lite.
It's one of my bigger days. Let me buy a beer. Sure.
Is that who I think it is? Is that John Goodman? That is 100% John Goodman. I just looked it up. It's a very, very young John Goodman. This is 1983.
Sure. These fans, I love them. When I came in, they didn't recognize me at first, but then when I told them who I was, next thing you know, they're buying me my favorite beer, light beer from Miller. They know us ex-big leaguers drink light because it's got a third less calories than their regular beer, it's less filling, and it tastes great. Thanks. Hey, it's a pleasure to buy a beer for a great pitcher like Whitey Ford.
So I lied. Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Hey, Whitey, I thought you were a lefty.
I remember when commercials were like this. It's so ridiculous.
All right, maybe I wasn't the greatest player of all time, but fans, they forgive and forget. When I go in here, they'll be buying me my favorite beer, light beer from Miller. You, Bob Uecker? Yeah, how you doing? These fans, I love them. They know us ex-big leaguers drink light because it's less filling and it tastes great. Well,
there was always like a testimonial, like someone would be talking to a camera. A lot of advertising was like
keep
that.
the gang waiting.
I just remember there being way more beer ads on TV.
Always joking.
With streaming, I don't normally see like alcohol ads.
Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
It's when I watch sports. For some reason, beer and sports, they go hand in hand.
Wow, they're having a good time in there. You know, one of the best things about being an ex-big leaguer is getting freebies to the game. Call the front office, bingo. And once these fans recognize me, I probably won't even have to pay for my light beer from Miller. Down the clock! I love them. These fans know I drink light because it's less filling and it tastes...
The whole less filling tastes great thing, that lasted for so long.
Good seats, huh?
You're in the wrong seat, buddy. Come on.
Oh, I must be in the front row.
Come on.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Oh, he's up in the nosebleeds.
He missed the tag! He missed the tag!
The taste of light beer from Miller scores a perfect 10. But what about me? A Russian judge.
No beer beats a cold Miller Lite when you're watching a game under the hot sun, eh, Sparky?
Yeah, great seats, too.
I bought them last week, got them on sale. It's almost like being at the park.
Miller
Oh my
Lite.
God.
Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Flies are murder, though.
I like beer to have flavor.
Las Vegas, site of the greatest
this is great.
in history, Light Mania. And here's the challenger.
Vince McMahon and John Madden are like announcers on this. Isn't that so weird? Vince McMahon and John Madden.
Comes the first filling, the Masked Marauder.
The Masked Marauder.
And here's the champ.
It's Bob Uecker, and then here's the champ. It's Jesse Ventura, who was not champ.
Drinks light because it tastes great. Jesse the Body Ventura. Light brought to you by America's favorite.
It's Howard Finkel.
Light beer, Miller Lite. Jesse the Body Ventura is ready. Who is the Masked Marauder? And is he ready?
This ended up being a contest, like a promotional contest for Miller Lite back in the day. Like, who's the Masked Marauder? And Jesse acted like he couldn't tell who it was, but it was obviously Bob Uecker.
5 minutes. Who is this guy?
Who is this guy?
Las Vegas, site of the greatest wrestling event in history, Light Mania. Mean Gene Okerlund here, and the celebrities are arriving. Mike Python Piscopo, and of course, Robert Goulet. The Marauder. Let's go to John
Robert Goulet.
Vince McMahon in the arena. Wow! You said it, John. And here's the challenger, who drinks Miller Lite because it's less filling. The Masked Marauder. Wait for me.
This might be like a slightly longer version of the one we just watched. Yeah.
Jesse the Body Ventura! Little Mania, brought to you by America's favorite light beer, Miller Lite. It's the less filling beer that... Jesse the Body Ventura drinks Miller Lite because it tastes great. No way I'm losing to a guy who drinks it because it's less filling. I am ready. Who is the Masked Marauder? And is he ready? 5 minutes. Get the tips. Right, champ. Who is this guy?
Who is this guy? Yeah, that was basically the same one, just slightly longer. Oh, this one has no sound. That's interesting.
Minneapolis, St. Paul, listen up. This is Jesse the Body Ventura talking to you from the Chicago Lake Liquor Store, across from Sears in Minneapolis. Where should you turkeys go to buy your beer? Chicago Lake Liquor Store. You can get the finest in domestic beer
like
as well as
commercial.
imported beer. You can drink little bottles or drink it like the body does.
Chicago Lake Liquor is the #1 beer store. They buy more, so you buy for less.
Across the street
Save
from
even more on
Sears.
3K special. #1, Chicago Lake Liquor.
The Masked Marauder drinks Miller Lite because it's less filling. I drink it because it tastes...
I like how there's superstar Billy Graham behind Jesse Ventura, because both Hulk Hogan and Jesse Ventura based their wrestling personas off of superstar Billy Graham.
Great, and Taste Great is gonna win, but you gotta help me unmask him. Don Pardo, the Cruz.
Well, Jesse, he's known for getting great seats.
He missed the tag.
For his golf swing. And for drinking America's favorite light beer, Miller Lite. Unmask him and win $10,000 instantly. Watch for details. Back to you, Jesse.
Who is this guy?
Who is this guy?
I'm known for my gentle and charming disposition. So when Ernie here ran out of Miller Lite, I didn't get mad. Nah.
I could not imagine drinking Miller Lite.
We calmly discussed the situation. I told Ernie I'd drink light because it's brewed from the ground up so it tastes great. Not like some watered-down version of a regular beer.
It's, what's his name? What's this actor? Nathan Lane. Yeah, Nathan Lane.
We reached an understanding, and he quickly rectified the situation. Mom always said I had a way with people.
When it's Miller Lite, less Philly, tastes great.
Vince McMahon and John Madden here for Lantomania. Here we go. Introducing the challenger, the Masked Marauder. And the champ, Jesse the Body Ventura. Okay, boys, you know the rules. No noogies. Any of this? Oh, no. Lantomania, brought to you by America's favorite light beer, Miller Lite. Oh, who's going to win? The Masked Marauder? Les Philly. Or Jesse? Tastes great.
They ran these ad campaigns for a while. I'm not sure if I have the last one. There's like the conclusion of it.
Man, skiing sure is fun. You run into lots of nice people out there.
Yeah, we ran into Corky yesterday.
That's for sure.
And afterward, there's nothing like a warm fire.
Oh, I'll see.
And a cold Miller Lite. Light really tastes great.
And it's less filling. And us hot doggers don't like to get filled up. Speaking of hot dogs, where's Euchre?
Euchre!
Great seats, hey, buddy! Hey, where are all the guys? They're missing all the fun!
For great taste, there's only one light beer, Miller Lite.
I make one trick shot in a light beer commercial, and everybody thinks they know how to shoot pool. So these guys decided to take
so many
me on
fucking beer
and drink a
commercials.
little light beer from Miller. Because it's less filling.
Tastes great!
Less filling.
Let's quit talking and start chalking.
You break, Bubba. Sure, I haven't broken anything all day.
His name was Bubba Smith.
Mystery to me.
He was in Police Academy.
Rodney. Yeah, show 'em.
You guys got me all wrong. I think light tastes great, too. But when you're shooting pool, the only thing you want to get filled up is the pockets. 14 ball. 6 ball. Combination.
Steve, how do you do that?
Practice, practice, practice.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Thank you. Everything you've always wanted in a beer. 80s commercials are always explaining a lot of stuff. Like vocally explaining it to you. It's pretty crazy. Here's the Joe Piscopo one. Shit, why? For some reason, I think there's a problem with my downloader. I might need to update it because it's downloading them without the sound, and that's ridiculous. That is an issue. What about now?
I used to be the roughest, toughest, meanest wrestler in the world.
Hey, Python, how you doing?
Hey, how are you? Good to see you. Sorry. But now, I've mellowed out. Excuse me. And there ain't nothing I like better than hanging out with my friends and sharing some Miller Lights.
So he's playing some kind of wrestler that never existed. It's really weird. It's a really weird concept, and it's Joe Piscopo.
They love it because it's less filling.
He has piss in his name.
Me? I love it because it tastes great.
It's no match. There's only one light beer, Miller Lite.
I
want to skip to the...
Unmask him and be eligible for big prizes.
How about total on Hidden Light?
This guy. Introducing the challenger. America's favorite light beer, Miller Lite. Oh, who's going to win? The Masked Marauder? Les Philly. Or Jesse? Tastes great.
Where's the one where he gets unmasked? I just watched it earlier. I don't know where the fuck it is, but I was going through these earlier when I found out that he died before I started streaming. And I was like, oh shit. And then I watched the one where they pull it off and it's like, oh, it's Bob Euchre. It's like, yeah, it was obvious. It was obvious. What else we got here? Oh my God. Oh shit. Yeah. I mean, if you want to send one in, I didn't see your 12. You sent in a 12? Man, I'm sorry. If that happened, I didn't realize that. But yeah, right now's I'm ready. Hit me. Hit him with the hind. Let's check out XRP right now. Mr. Beast is going to buy TikTok. I wouldn't doubt that he can afford it. I would think. So look, it's gone down a little bit. There's been a little bit of a downtrend in it. We were like in the 330s. Now we're in the high 320s. Looks like it's going back up right now. Let's zoom in here. Yeah, see, it's building back up. I think like 340 was the peak. Yeah. Yeah, it was like 340. Holy shit. It's about it might get back up to 330. We'll see. People have been buying the dips and it just keeps going up. This is this is today. Well, the last 24 hours. And then the last month. This is the last month. Like there was a rise and then a big dip. This is the last 30 days, I'm guessing, because it says month, but I'm seeing, yeah, this is like the last 30 days or so. Or 28 days, however they do it. It's a meteoric rise. Quite amazing. I started downloading the new UFC game today. Let me check the download progress of that shit. So yeah, I'm going to hang out and stream for a little while longer. Little bit longer. Is it installed now? Is it done? Yeah, there's nothing queued. I want to see if... I hate how they put so much copyrighted music in games. I wish they would do a lot of like original, like sports games. A lot of times they'll put copyrighted music in it. That's why I like the college football game that I have, because it's all just marching band music. Yeah, I think I'll save Jared for later. Jared got his Twitter terminated because he threatened to shoot somebody. It's always everybody else's fault, though. But he just made a new one. You know, Twitter doesn't give you a way to report ban evasion. But they say, like, when their account gets terminated, they're like, oh, they can't use Twitter anymore. But then they don't enforce their own ban evasion. So, whatever. They did me a favor, bro. No, he's just back. He's back. They're making me play a tutorial in this.
Looks as though the doctor will indeed allow the action to continue.
Let's see how this goes. We're kind of switching it up a little bit right now. All right. So I'm guessing I haven't played this version. Oh shit. Opponent has high grapple momentum, which will increase speed. All right.
With a solid punch right there. Well, nice block there, and then a counter straight punch is good. Nice sequence there by Islam Makhachev. Big knee there. Oh, nice combination there. He is just killing with volume too.
Jab, right hand, body shots.
I'm not sure how many more of these his opponent can take.
Massive shot that he landed. Great job.
I'll stop this. You gotta fight back.
I don't. Oh shit. Ugh. Okay. All right.
Makhachev's in the stack guard now.
All right. Yep.
Could be some serious trouble for the opposition. Bottom fighter better move.
Yeah, he's got to move, John. He's got to shrimp and try to either get up or pull his opponent back into him so he can...
Ooh, right into side control, DC.
This is where you want to be now because you get to make your opponent decide. They try to turn back into you, you can attack guillotine. If they turn away to try to get to your knees, you throw your hooks.
Oh, he slipped out.
Well, he is really starting to apply a lot of pressure here down the stretch. Not as much offense earlier in the fight. He is making up for lost time now.
I don't. The controls are slightly different. I'm gonna have to relearn some of them.
Hard shots landing on both sides here.
Big push to the body.
There, finally. Destroy him. Roar. I don't know. It did change a little bit of the controls.
So no judges needed tonight as he pounds him out for the TKO. I'm hoping I get an invite to the after party. Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 19 seconds of round number 5.
All right.
Declaring the winner by TKO.
That was the tutorial they made me play. I need to learn how to grapple better and everything because they changed that, the like takedowns and shit. Can I skip this? All right, can I play the game now? Yep, I knew they were going to start playing fucking music. Now I have to go in and turn the music off. Let's see. Audio. Custom. Music. No music. Because that's the thing YouTube, like, that's the thing YouTube copyrights the most, it seems. All right. Oh, they do have a broadcast setting. That's pretty cool. Huh, yeah. No music for broadcast. And then I think that's it. All right. I'm going to start with easy because I don't know the game very well yet. All right. John Jones. Let me be a striker. All fighters. They have Muhammad Ali, but you gotta buy him, I'm guessing. Not too much in the as far as heavyweights. Nothing really exciting. I miss having Tyson Fury to fight with. Oh, they do have Dan Severn, but he's more of a grappler, and I wanted to be a striker. I'll go with Alistair Overeem. Stipe Miocic, he's from Ohio. He's a wrestler, so this is going to be interesting. I did not get the Bruce Lee pack, no. That'd be cool to play with Bruce Lee, though. All right, let's do this.
You ready to fight? Ready.
All right, round one is underway. The wait ends here for the rematch. Stack guard here, the feet are on the hips. What are you trying to do if you're in top position?
Oh, man, you're attacking those feet right. This man is landing through ground and pound.
Good work from the top here by the ream.
Now he's postured up. He's got him stacked up. His opponent better move, or the referee is going to stop this fight. He loaded up there on that high kick.
Combination there by Overeem.
Big right hand.
Oh, another blistering combination there. Man. Pretty good work with the ground and pound here by Overeem.
Oh, he's got to be careful there, yep.
Overeem's in half guard now.
Oh, nice right hand. Yeah.
All right, so yet another ground and pound strike lands right there, DC.
He's getting very active now that he knows he can land these.
Oh, God. He's going to try to do an armbar on me or something.
All right, side control now. How about that reversal by him there?
Right to the belly. Gains great posture, starts raining down punches. If his opponent does not move, this fight is going to be stopped.
All right, so he gets back to his feet after that extended battle on the ground, and the crowd is loving it.
The crowd's going crazy because they appreciate high-level.
Might get the TKO here.
Got him. Okay, so I can handle easy.
Bad man stop. A nice stoppage win for him here tonight, and the other side just couldn't handle the incoming assault. A flurry of punches, most of them upstairs. And when those
Yeah, he keeps throwing an uppercut. I used to throw like a big overhand,
but to step in and call
but now it does an uppercut, so I don't know all of the controls. I'm gonna have to figure that out.
Bruce Buffer has the official decision.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean is going to stop to this contest at 3 minutes, 13 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO and still the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world.
How Brett thought a 30-man fight would go for him. Cool.
So Alistair Overeem just continues to get it done while entertaining the masses along the way. Huge win for
All
the
right,
win tonight. A guy who statistically is about as accurate a striker as we have on this roster. I thought he was efficient tonight, picked his spots well.
Let's do... I don't even care about unlocking shit. I guess it would be cool to get Bruce Lee. I'll have to download that. They have a lot more options in this game. It definitely looks cool. I need to learn. Career mode is like, that's how I learned how to play the other game. All right. All right. Where's Overeem? Oh, we're on welterweight again. There he is. I gotta learn a few things. All right. So, jab, cross, and that's an uppercut. Uppercut. Okay, that's a leg kick. That's grab. All right, I think, okay. So, those are elbows. So weird. Okay, that's... Now, how do you grapple? This is how you... Okay, that's how you switch your stance. Huh, okay, that's how you... That's like your taunt. Yeah. L2... Oh. LT... All right, that's how you do it. So, like that. Like that. All right. LTA. Double LTYB. Alright, so double leg takedown. That. Alright. Okay. And then there's also another one where it's like you like hold it. It's like a more powerful one. Alright. So double leg takedown. Alright. Advanced position. 5. Overhand. Right. So trying to look something up here. Sorry. That's how you do it. Holy shit. That's crazy. Why is it a spin with no strike? You have to spin and then throw, like, the strike. Okay. It's harder to do an overhand right. Damn, just pounding him. All right. I want to dance. All right. We'll put it to normal and see, like, how I do there. Maybe I should be someone who's better at grappling. Oh, this really tall guy. He's crazy tall. Sambo. Boxer. Yeah, I guess I could be Dan Severn. I like how Dan Severn's free in the game. That's cool. Stipe. Let's just do a rando. Did they just pick? Okay, whatever. I don't care. All right.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Come on! Show me what you got.
Fuck. Damn. Ah, damn, I can't get him down. Get him down. Ah, there we go. Get down. Oh my god, you got me. Fuck. Alright, I guess I have to pull some Dan Severn magic on him to win. I don't know how to do submissions in this game yet. Alright. I have no idea, so I guess we'll just try it. Get my stamina back up. Blocking a lot of my shit, man. The fuck. Yeah, I don't understand the submissions yet, and if I want to be a grappler, I have to, like, figure that shit out. Like, I can only, like, pound on his head so much. I'd have to, like, try to go for a more standing knockout. And he doesn't have the best punching power. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, it's like training my stamina to even try this shit. Fine. Shit. Damn it. Come on, bitch. Come on. Shit. All right. Damn it, man. Yeah, I need to learn how to do the submissions because I don't understand them. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Shit. Damn, I'm wobbly. I'm wobbly. He's got me. Shit. Nope. I don't think I'm gonna win this one, but because my stamina's very low. Yep. And he's landing those big shots too. Where like my head health is very low. And I can't seem to make anything happen on the ground. Yeah, it's just this nonsense. If I knew how to choke him out or whatever, I'd probably win, but... Oh, I landed a good one there, though. Probably won't be enough, though. Might... Yeah, the controls are just like a little bit different than what I'm used to. So I need to relearn. I guess they keep you on your toes when they do that, when they put out a new version of a game. They do that with a lot of sports games. A lot of the football games, the controls will change slightly. I can't believe this is still happening, though. Thought I'd be knocked out by now. I have almost no stamina. There's no rounds. Oh, shit. Yep. I can't believe this is still going on. It's probably because it's normal setting. He doesn't have, like, kill mode on. He's still trying to be, like... Oh, he knocked me out.
Come on now, it's over.
No, I didn't have it. Because that fighter, Dan Severn, he's mostly, like, a ground guy, so you have to learn... I have to learn the ground and how to do, like, a submission and shit. Jesus. Yeah, we're at 16% of the goal. This has been great. I didn't see Master Sin's dono until just now because I was too focused on the game at hand. But yeah, wow, that's pretty great. This has been a great stream. I had fun. I think I'm gonna finish, and I'll be back later. So I'll see you then. 6:15 p.m. Pacific. That would be 9:15 p.m. Eastern. I will be back, so don't go anywhere. Okay? See you then.